Hey, this is Annie Veblen-McCarty, and I'm going to teach you how to be effortlessly productive. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and I got sick and tired of experts preaching what business and life should look like and what I should be doing as a leader and to turn a profit, only to find myself wasting time, burned out, feeling inauthentic, and still not making any money. On this show, we are ditching the shoulds. I'm giving you permission to do business differently. As a certified master coach, I believe that everything you need to have success and build the life and business of your dreams is already living on the inside. I'm going to empower you to lean into what you do best, help you see your path forward clearly, and give you the strategy and action steps along the way to become effortlessly productive. Let's dive in. You are here for another Affirmations episode on Effortlessly Productive. So we are going to be diving into another one of my daily affirmations that I use every single day and why I include this affirmation. So the affirmation for today is, I choose to view those who trigger me as my best teachers. I choose to view those who trigger me as my best teachers. Why is this one of my daily affirmations? Well, let me tell you that I definitely growing up, and I would say through the early part of my adulthood, there were people where I would just have a very strong response to, and I tended to be a little bit more quiet about it, but there was a lot of internal judgment. And I'll be very honest, that was a characteristic of myself that I did not particularly like. I understood that it was creating like a lot of discord between me and the other person, but a lot of discord within myself as well. Because when I would judge them, I would then also judge myself for being so judgy. And part of why I came up with this affirmation is because it shifts that perspective, right? Rather than their actions, which we're all going to encounter people that maybe we don't get along with as well. Maybe we don't share the same core values. Maybe their actions are things that we completely and totally disagree with. Maybe their opinions are things that we totally and completely disagree with. However, we still can find value in them. And this affirmation helps change that perspective for me. So rather than the person just being a trigger and being there to annoy me and piss me off and be a negative influence, a toxic influence in my life, this reminds me that my reaction, my triggered reaction to individuals, to people, to circumstances, situations, things that are said to me, that can actually be a teacher for me. There is actually something that is trying to teach me. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I need to be more accepting. I need to get along with everybody. Maybe that is a lesson that you take out of an interaction. In fact, I can remember people who I was very judgmental to when I first met them. And then once I got to know them, I was like, oh, I actually really love this person. Why was I so judgmental when I first met them? So that can be a teacher. However, we also have people that we do not need to allow their toxic influence to spill into our day, right? So another way that somebody could be a teacher to us is a teacher of learning how to set better boundaries, learning how to set expectations with people, learning that we are not going to get along with every single person. We are not going to share their exact same opinions. However, we also can work together. We can be a functional team, even if not every single thing is 100% in alignment with each other. We can still be productive because we are going to have people in our lives that we still need to be productive and get things done, even when we are not best friends, even when we don't agree. We're going to be teamed up with people and put in life with people where we're not 100% in alignment, but we still have to make progress. We still have a shared cause, a shared vision in some regard. If you don't have that shared cause and shared vision, again, maybe we're at the point where some boundaries and expectations are important. But this affirmation reminds me as I go through my day and I do have those trigger moments come up, rather than reacting with judgment or shame or guilt or self-criticism or any of those other responses, I can ask myself the question, what is this trying to teach me? What lesson is this trying to teach me? How could I respond to this that is going to be productive? How can I respond to this that's going to keep me in alignment with my core values? Because judgment and shame is definitely not part of my core values. If that's you, do you, for sure. However, for me, that's not how I want to go through my life approaching people or just feeling internally myself. So instead, what is this trying to teach me? How can I respond to this differently than judgment and shame and lashing out at people, more quietly just thinking negative thoughts about them? That's not something that I personally want to do. So how could I respond differently to the situation and make this productive? How can I take this lesson today and use it in my relationships with other people going forward? So short and sweet episode today. I hope that this helped you get a little bit of just kind of reasoning and background behind this affirmation that I use. And if that feels in alignment for you, if this really resonated, please borrow this affirmation, use it for yourself, see how it changes your perspective, especially when you're dealing with people who maybe are a little bit more challenging. That relationship is a little bit more challenging for you to navigate. So thank you so much for tuning in to Effortlessly Productive Podcast. I will catch you on the next episode.